Hi, SK. It's Mrs. Coomans, and I'm here to do videos for you. I'm not sure if we will be able to do a Google Meet today. We will have to see, but I thought I would just do my videos, and if we could do a Google Meet, that will be great, but if not, I will have my videos for you, okay? That sound good? All right, so it's just my SK, so hello, Hannah. Hello, Leah. Hello, Grayson and Emmett and Jada and Sebastian and Travis, all 7 of my SK friends. All right, let's start with reading our memory work, but I almost forgot to do our welcome song, so I think we need to do our welcome song first. Are you ready? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? How are you today? I'm fine, I hope you are too. I'm fine, I hope you are too. I'm fine, I hope you are too. I hope you are fine today. Turn to your neighbor and shake their hand. Turn to your neighbor and shake their hand. Turn to your neighbor and shake their hand. Shake their hand today. All right, my friends, let's do our memory work. Are we ready? So let's do it. John 20, verse 29. Then Jesus told him, oh, you can't see that word. There we go. Because you have seen me, you have believed. Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believed. Good. All right, so our Bible story today is going to be about Jesus, and he feeds 5,000 people. Isn't that a lot of people? I think that's a lot of people. So we're going to listen to our story now. So that means that our hands should be folded in our lap, our ears should be listening, our eyes should be watching Mrs. Coomans, and our lips should be quiet and zipped, okay? So Jesus feeds 5,000 people. Jesus and his 12 disciples had been working very hard. So many people were coming and going, wanting help from Jesus, that they couldn't find time to eat. Finally, Jesus said, "Come, let us go away for a little while and rest in a desert place." So they went into their boat and rowed across the lake. They found a quiet spot. They all sat down to rest. The disciples looked forward to a lovely quiet time with their master, but many people had seen them go into their boat. They too wanted to be with Jesus and hear his words. Many of the people wanted Jesus to heal them or their loved ones, so they followed him. Since they had no boat, they walked all the way around the lake. Jesus saw the crowds coming. The disciples didn't want to be bothered when they were resting. They wanted to be alone with Jesus. But Jesus felt sorry for all the people who needed him so badly. He talked to them, teaching them many things and healing those who were sick. The people kept him busy all the way until evening time. It was getting very late. The disciples said to Jesus, "This is a desert place. Send the people home so they can buy some supper." But Jesus says, "Why can't we feed them?" "How can we feed all these people?" the disciples asked. "We'd need 1,000 loaves of bread." There were more than 5,000 people in the crowd. "Go and see how much food you can find," Jesus commanded. The disciples went among the people. After a while, Andrew came back to Jesus. He said, "There is a little boy here who has brought his lunch. He has 5 small loaves of barley bread." They were flat and round like large cookies. "And 2 small fishes. But what are they? But what are they among so many?" "Let me have the bread and the fish," Jesus said. So the little boy, he gave his lunch to Jesus. Then Jesus told the people to sit down in the grass. So they all had to sit down in the grass. He made them sit in groups of 50 people, 50 and 100. And he took the bread and the fish. He looked up to heaven and asked God, his Father, to bless the food. Just like we ask God to bless our food before we eat it as well, right? Then he broke the bread and fish into pieces. He gave each disciple a basket of the broken food, and they passed it around among the people. When the baskets were empty, the disciples came back to Jesus to have them filled. And Jesus made more and more bread and more fish until there was enough for everyone. All the people were full. They ate it all and they were full. And after supper, the disciples gathered what was left in the baskets. They had 12 baskets full. The people were amazed and they said, "This must surely be the prophet who was to come." They tried to make Jesus their king, but Jesus didn't want to be made king at that time. He quietly slipped away into the mountain to be alone with his heavenly Father. Who is his heavenly Father? Who lives in heaven? And who is our heavenly Father? You're right. God is our heavenly Father. Yes. Why did Jesus and his disciples go across the lake? Yeah, that's right. They were getting tired and they were getting hungry and they were ready to rest. Why couldn't they rest? That's right. The people were following them and they wanted to hear Jesus speak. What miracle did Jesus perform at supper time? Remember, there was only a little bit of fish and a little bit of bread. And what did Jesus do? That's right. He made so much bread and so much fish so that it could feed all those people. And how could Jesus feed so many people with only one little boy's lunch? Who do you think he asked for help? That's right. He asked God. He said, "Can you please bless this food so that it can feed all these people?" And God did exactly what Jesus had asked, because God is a mighty and he's so powerful and he can do anything. He is so high above everything, right? He is such a good God for us. All right, kindergarten, you have your journal page that you need to draw a picture of the Bible story. So it could be anything that we talked about in the Bible story. It could be the baskets of the fish and the baskets of the bread, or it could be all the people that are listening to Jesus, or it could be Jesus in the mountain, or Jesus by the mountain talking to God at the very end of the story. Remember, we do not know what Jesus looks like, so what we can use for Jesus is we can use a cloud or something that's not a picture of Jesus. You could always just put the mountain and then put the word Jesus, right? Because we don't know what Jesus looks like. I would like you to label 3 things in your picture, okay? You know how to label. We've been practicing labeling. And if you would like, your mommy or your daddy can write your sentence in a highlighter and then you trace it with the pencil, okay? That's your job for Bible today, okay? Bye, kindergarten. Have a great Bible lesson.